Gosh, we're in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Be Lucky Weekend podcast with me, your host, Daryl Carter. We're going to look at three races on this podcast for you. We're going to look at the Darley Stakes, we're going to look at the Dewhurst, and we're going to look at the Cesarewitch. Three races from Newmarket, loads of action all over the place. If you want to hear my thoughts about other races across the day, please head over to the Patreon and join the Patreon group where members have their own private podcast. But for now, let's kick on, shall we, and head straight to Newmarket. The 115, the Darley Stakes, the too darn hot Darley Stakes. Damascius heads the market currently. Small field here, just 6 runners. James Doyle on Damascius. He's around, let's have a look. What is he? Best odds, Ladbrokes, Coral. Which one should we use? Let's use Ladbrokes today. Damascius around 2-1. Rated 109, a winner last time out in France. Really good winner in France last time. That form looks pretty strong through the second Nitois. A couple of horses down the field have come out and boosted that form as well. Purview being one of them, who could only finish 5th that day, but has since bolted up in Ireland. Damascius, a lovely horse. His only flop really in the Derby. Before that, he was second to Pride of Arras in the Dante Stakes. Pride of Arras has obviously gone back to York and proven that form is pretty strong. Devil's Advocate back in 4th that day in the Dante has come out and he's won a nice handicap as well off a big weight. So the form looks pretty solid there, doesn't it? Damascius looks an improving 3-year-old. He gets that 3-year-old allowance of £4 in this particular race. Gladius is second fav. Oisin Murphy, Andrew Bolden just looked to have hit his ceiling last time. And he's only beaten narrowly by Boiling Point in King of Cities. Boiling Point obviously went on to win the Cambridgeshire Handicap next time out. And that is a good little race. But he just didn't really have the finishing kick there at York for me. And I think he just may have hit a ceiling of his ability. But Oisin Murphy is a quality pilot in the saddle, and you can never write him off on a big Saturday, can you? First Conquest, I thought, ran well at Haydock behind Royal Dubai. That seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? 63 days ago, that was. He ran on quite strongly at the finish. I wonder why we haven't seen him again since. He does run Newmarket quite well. Beaten on his penultimate start at Newmarket by Persica, but it was a fair run and in a deep race. I just wonder how much more he has got to give at this sort of trip. Maybe he's looking for a mile and a half these days. Liberty Lane always runs Newmarket well. You can never write off Liberty Lane. The drying ground probably not in Liberty Lane's favour, but is probably going to be there or thereabouts. Torito's got a bit to prove off 116 days. Probably going to be given a quiet ride by Jamie Spencer at the rear of the field. And Mr. Riz, who was behind Damascius at Deauville last time. Very, very good race. Very tricky little heat. But I actually think Damascius is the one that is improving. I think he's the one on a firm upward curve. And I think there's loads more to come from him. And particularly getting back on a sounder surface as well. Described as good to soft at Deauville. A little bit quicker than that day. But I do think he appreciates the sounder surface. How will he handle the dip at Newmarket? It's always a question you've got to ask when horses go to Newmarket for the first time. You've got to remember that Newmarket is a very undulating track, and not all horses handle the dip in and out. So be aware of that factor. But Damascius, to me, I think is a very fair price at 2-1. I'd probably make him 11 to 10 shot, to be honest with you, in this. I think he's a good horse. I think he's probably be a bit of value in that Darley Stakes, even at the top of the market at 2-1. Okay, let's move on to the Dewhurst. Really looking forward to this race. Ladbrokes go 2-1. Distant Storm. Zavaretti won the National Stakes last time and is unbeaten for Eve Johnson Houghton. 3-1. Is he getting the respect he deserves? Gestad 10-3. Oxagon, really, really nice run behind a subsequent Group 1 winner, Puerto Rico, last time at Doncaster, went second in the Champagne Stakes. Is 8-1 again. Oisin Murphy rides. Alparzan for Carl Burke, a complete unknown quantity, beat Magny Cours last time at the Curragh 27 days ago and looked a very smart prospect indeed. 11-1. Italy 11-1. Not quite fulfilled his potential, has he, Italy? He looked very, very smart at the beginning of the season. Now he's just sort of running there or thereabouts. 11-1. Giwan, who looked brilliant when winning the Acomb, perhaps slightly flattered there, narrowly ahead of Italy, 16-1. Saba Desert, the second string for Charlie Appleby, and Billy Lochnan, 25, at Pacific Avenue, 40-1. Wow, what a race. What a really, really good race. No geldings in this. This is a classic trial. It's been a very good pointer over the years for the classics next season, particularly the 2000 Guineas at Newmarket in May. Distant Storm, wow, how impressive was he at Newmarket 16 days ago? Swept from the back of the field to the front and won going away like a really smart horse. He was a winner at Newmarket on debut. That means he's unbeaten in two of his three starts. He's unbeaten at Newmarket in two starts. That debut form with Constitution River was worked out really, really well. And he is just a very, very exciting prospect. The way he quickened up under Hand and Heels, thought he was still a little bit green as well under Buick, and he just powered clear. The second to last sectional was 11.11. The race wasn't set up for him to come from off the pace. It was a very on par. It wasn't. They didn't go too hard. They didn't go too slow. It was just very on par, and the way he manoeuvred around the field on the unfavoured side of the track suggests he's a really, really nice prospect. Zavateri. Winning the National Stakes last time, beating Gestad. I thought he was keeping a little bit back for himself. Again, this race wasn't really run to suit him. He came from the back of the field. He pulled out into the centre and he got in the clear. Charles Bishop just held on to him a little bit. Didn't want to go too soon. But the whole time he was in a battle with Gestad, I thought he had him held. But I was expecting him to go, kick on, go. He just didn't. And I think that was because he was holding a little bit back for himself. To me, that performance from Zavateri suggested headgear. Very early. I understand that to start saying headgear about a horse, about a 2-year-old who is unbeaten. But I do think that just might cause him a couple of issues. He's also won here in good style at Newmarket earlier in the year when winning the July Stakes. He's a lovely, lovely prospect, a lovely horse. But I just feel he's holding a little bit back for himself. Gestad is in here at 10-3. Lovely horse, plenty of speed. Like I say, the National Stakes last time turned into a bit of a dash finish, but there's no real reason why you should reverse the form with Zavateri for me, especially as you hit these undulations. Oxagon's going to be proper popular, I think. Running on second to Puerto Rico, who went out to France on Arc Weekend and won a Group 1 there. Really nice horse. But he's got a bit to find, I think, in terms of pace when it comes to Distant Storm. Lots of these have potential to be better than their previous runs, Giwan being one of them. But I just feel that Distant Storm could be an absolute superstar. And now they know how to ride him by dropping him in, letting the race unfold in front of him, and then asking him to kick clear. I think he's a really nice horse. So I'm going to be with Distant Storm. Again, at the top of the market, you're saying, you've done 2 races and you're tipping us 2 favourites. Well, we're moving on to the Cesarewitch next at 340. The Cesarewitch handicap. Oh, my God. What a race this is. Alphonse Legrand bidding for redemption from last year when he was touched off a nose by Maxman in all that sort of... he was disqualified. He finished first, disqualified, appeals, all this, that, and the other. I suspect this has been on their radar since then, and he has done nothing wrong to knock at the top of the market. Alphonse Legrand, Reverend Hubert, who bolted up actually recently at Newmarket, is carrying a next to no weight in this. 8 stone 3, 7-1 joint fav at the moment. Bunting for Willie Mullins. When is Bunting going to come good? Is it going to be this race? He looked like a horse with so much promise last year over hurdles. Took a long time to get going. It was an encouraging run last time at Leopardstown when finishing fairly strongly, looking like he just lacked the gears to really get involved there. Hip Hop Delore, Clifford Lee for Willie Mullins, 9-1. Belgravian, who sort of hit his ceiling, I think, last time when absolutely destroyed by Reverend Hubert. Nicola Curry now gets in the saddle to do the weight, I'm assuming, of 8 stone 2. Jason Watson normally rides, can't do less than 8 stone 7. So that's why Nicola Curry is in the saddle, 10-1. Baylor By, Ian Williams. Now, this horse steps up in trip. I think this is a fascinating contender for this race. Steps up in trip quite markedly. has been well worth an upgrade on his last 2 starts, coming from well off the gallop, particularly in that Mallard behind subsequent. That form ties in with the Ebor. But this horse really did power home. Jesus Christ, had absolutely no right to finish a half-length second there over a mile 6. I think the step-up and trip is going to suit him. His run here at Newmarket, the only time he's been to Newmarket, came on the July course earlier this season in August, where he absolutely bolted up. He absolutely pissed up. Really good performance. Again at Newbury last time, maybe a slight prep for this race, but he was unlucky the way the race developed. Billy Loughnane has been booked for the ride, and I think the hood going on for the first time, just to help him get the trip, it's a real positive sign. There's no doubt in my mind. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is a well-handicapped horse. An absolutely well-handicapped horse. Jordan's still 5, but he's going to come from off the pace. In this Cesarewitch, they come down the home straight and they fan across the field. I think he's going to love weaving in and out of horses. I think he's got a massive chance. He's 10-1. I'm going to have a go on him. Dawn Rising has been there and done it. A horse that looks like he's probably been laid out for this. Oisin Murphy's been booked for Joseph O'Brien, who is very, very good at laying these stayers out. I would not put you off the 8-year-old. Divine Comedy, sort of a bit disappointing, couldn't get the job done against Novelista at Goodwood last time, despite giving him stacks and stacks of weight. Is a really nice horse again, but I just think we'll find 1 or 2 too good. Winter Fog is interesting as an 11-year-old in here for Willie Mullins. 12-1. A lot of these Mullins horses are going to be really well punted, I think. They're going to be towards the top of the market. And Winter Fog is a very, very useful horse over hurdles. And he's running off 85 here. He's rated as high as 152. I think over hurdles, and he's running off 85. If you want to look at the conversion between flat and hurdles marks, 40, deduct or add 40 is what you're sort of looking for. It's not a foolproof system by any means, but it does work to a degree. Manxman, who actually won this race last year, had a good prep behind Novelista, caught the eye there. Jack Callan takes 5 or 14-1, and much, much bigger the rest. Even the shunters in here under James Doyle looking for a last hurrah as a 12-year-old. What a race. What a really, really good race. A fascinating contest. You can make cases for loads. Bunting's very interesting. Winter Fog's very interesting. But Bay Labai is a horse that I actually quite like for this race. There's 3 races for you looked at by me for the weekend. If you want any other races covered, if you're going to the races and you need me to look at races for you, it's all part of the service provided on Daryl Carter Racing. Come and join the fun. Come and join over 500 members that are making profit every single month. Until next time, everybody, be lucky.